So there's been turmoil, if you will, and even more turmoil today in an attempt to end that turmoil. Fan-friendly is what the Blues want to be. There's nothing wrong with that. And Mike Keenan is out. He is gone.
Well, there was so much turmoil, and there you see the record of Mike Keenan. 9 games over 500 in his tenure here as the Blues head coach, a 500 record in the playoffs, and it's been talked about for the last 2 years, all the different personnel moves. Everyone knew that something was going to happen at some point, and it happened today.
And Mike Keenan undoubtedly will find himself another job in the National Hockey League. Kasparaitis, Mateau's there.
A good job by Mateau, and that's something that's so important. He thought something was ready to happen. His gloves were down. There they are. There's one of them. That's all the way down the other end. There's the other one on the left. And his stick was there as well. He looked around, and the Pittsburgh players all start skating up the ice the other way. So Peluso will get the penalty. Here it is. He really takes a hard hit right here. Hard hit. Throws a couple of punches. Throws down his gloves. And there he goes the other way.
How do you fight or do anything with anybody like Craig Muni, who's wearing a shield in the first place? Not going to do much.
No.
Muni just said, hey, what are you doing? Take a roughing penalty. And then Tyler Wright comes by and tries to goad him into more. Roach the other way for Pittsburgh, and it's offside. York steps into Roach.
Oh, 2 big boys on this hit. Harry York and Dave Roach. Dave Roach are both about the same size, well over 220 pounds, and they came together and neither of them moved.
1 second. Over to Turgeon, back to Hall, and big collision. Courtnall runs into Raggett. No one else was there, and Courtnall just runs down Ken Raggett off to the side. Bergevin and Kasparaitis in a stranglehold.
He didn't realize where he was on the play, and by the time he looked up, he tried to jump out of the way. Watch right there. He's looking, then looks up, and there's Raggett outside the top of the crease as the whistle and the horn had gone, and nowhere for Courtnall to go.
Feeds it behind the net for Turgeon. He fights off Kasparaitis. Yager moving in on McKinnon. Lemieux trails, takes the puck, takes a shot, he scores! Mario Lemieux! Pearson for the Blues. His pass ahead, knocked away by Daigneault, who's crushed to the boards by York.
Here's Rob Pearson going into forecheck, and Kenny Raggett puts the stick out. Trips him down with a little help from his teammate. Pearson gets back up. Watch him go right back at Raggett. I think he tries to draw a penalty here. Raggett just kind of pushes him. He wanted to say something. There he was trying to draw the penalty. He ended up taking another one. Here's the high stick right there. Comes around. There's a play again. Again, Mateau is taking the man out. This is a good job on Jason Woolley. Mateau is playing with some spunk in this game. And then Woolley just turns around, grabs him by the leg, throws him over.
Plenty of Penguins back. Courtnall on Kasparaitis, who gets in the way of the shot. Gives Courtnall a shove, and that's the way Kasparaitis plays. Back the other way, Kevin Hatcher for Pittsburgh. Trying to move around Kravchuk. He can't. The puck goes right to Casey, who is able to smother it with 9:02 to go, and Hatcher gets a shove from Chris Pronger. He kind of ran into the blocker of John Casey as he went by the Blues goalie.
I think he hit the mask, and then prior to that, Kasparaitis, he is strong. Not that tall, but very strong in the upper body, and that's a tremendous hit on Jeff Courtnall, who ended up going down. And then coming back the other way was Kevin Hatcher. After he makes a move, watch his skate. Right there, yeah, into the blocker, which was right next to his head. And Chris Pronger saw it and gave Hatcher a little bit of a bump after the play. Hatcher has had a good year. It's going to be a roughing call. Brett Hull was trying to get around him. Here it is here. Kasparaitis does a good job staying with him. Let's see if he gets his hands up. That was one. And there's the second one. Getting it. There's another one. Another left. There's 3 lefts, and finally on the third one, Lance Roberts makes the call. And Kasparaitis doesn't like it, but he made such a great defensive play, positioning on Brett Hull, had him out of the play, and then took a silly penalty with the left arm.
Yager again, he's a bit of a magician.
How long's he been out there?
Forever. Hasn't left the ice since the start of the game. Daigneault to Hatcher to Yager. And when he's out there, you always notice him. In front, they score. Paul Francis sets up Mario Lemieux. Yager ahead of him. The pass to Yager. Trying to work in on Zabransky. Zabransky gives him a little room, then has to grab on. And then still a shot, and they score. And Lemieux has a hat trick. A hat trick, a pure hat trick here in the second period for Mario Lemieux. What a show. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. The Blues are down 3-0. They lost their last game here 8-0. Pronger takes care of Nedved with a good hit, and the crowd goes absolutely bananas. Nedved gets up and isn't sure what to do.
Chris Pronger with a hit on Peter Nedved. Great shoulder hit. I thought initially it might have been an elbow, but that was all shoulder. Here it is again. Look at the shoulder. The elbow's down. That's just a tremendous body check from Chris Pronger. Peter Nedved, after the hit, didn't know exactly where he was, looked around, and finally made his way to the bench.
The Blues folks have not had a shot on goal in this period. Pearson knocks the puck down. Hatcher plays it ahead to Lemieux, a 2-on-1 with Jágr. McInnes back. The shot. Good save by Casey. Lemieux going for his fourth. Now Hatcher shoots. He scores. Kevin Hatcher following up on the play, and it is 4-0 Pittsburgh. Has his stick broken. Or was it Pearson? It was Roche who had his stick broken.
By Pearson.
And Peluso throwing his weight around, and the crowd likes that. Blues with some pressure. Here's Peluso. He takes a hit and hits back. 12:30 to go in the third period. And Bergevin knocks the puck down. Then Peluso is all over the Pittsburgh player, Kasparaitis, who wants no part of it. He's pulling the turtle act in a major league fashion. Then another Blues player off to the side. Bergevin trying to work over one of the Pittsburgh players, Tyler Wright. And Peluso out there angry about everything.
Yeah, and he continues to want to get to Kasparaitis, who is doing everything he can to stay out of the way, as are the two linesmen. They're trying to protect themselves as well, but Mike Peluso trying to get something going here. The crowd likes it. And the Blues have had a tough time.
Look at Kasparaitis. He's afraid their players still on the ice. Well, they've got their hands full. 4-0 Pittsburgh.
There's Darius Kasparaitis. You see the nose, the blood. And Mike Peluso went after him. Kasparaitis loves it. They're still cleaning things up. There's the initial hit. Peluso stays with them. Kasparaitis will go down. He might have hit in his nose on the ice is what might have happened. And he stayed down as some of the Pittsburgh players came to help out Darius Kasparaitis, and the Blues and everyone got involved.
Pretty tough to fight a player who doesn't fight. Kasparaitis, one of those players, when he's not on your team, you love to hate him.
Yeah.
He's got all sorts of talent. I mean, he plays physically.
Yeah.
He's got talent. I'm not exactly in love with a player who wants to play rough and will play rough and then doesn't want any part of the true rough stuff that is part of this game, and that getting into the turtle act and doing it until the building empties is a little much for me.
Yeah, this is the second coming of Ulf Samuelsson. Remember, Ulfie Samuelsson played the same way, and he's still doing it, not as much as he used to, but still plays tough, in your face. A good hockey player is Ulfie Samuelsson, and he was there when they were winning a couple of Stanley Cups, and they needed someone like that, and that was one of the reasons for the trade, coming over from the New York Islanders, and he has provided them with an ingredient that they missed and that they needed. And as you mentioned, when he's not in your face, he's a good defenseman.
A terrific night. Mario Lemieux, the star that he is, says this might be his last year, but he leads Pittsburgh to the 4-0 victory.